What's good, everybody? It's the Cloud with Cab Show. NFL Week 12, some huge games. The Thursday night football game was crazy. It was heck snow, a lot in Cleveland. Even though the trash Cleveland Browns ended up beating the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I'm still in shock. I don't know how it happened. I think there was some miscues on both sides of the ball, but that's just part of the NFL. You know, you get some games where we look at the Cleveland Browns this year, they already beat the Baltimore Ravens. They beat Lamar already, so I'm not really surprised that this upset did happen. I just thought for sure that Pittsburgh would make it more competitive, even though it was a super close game. But, you know, hats off to the Browns, even though the Browns season is over. But shout out to Nick Chubb, coming back from that bad ACL injury last season. He had 2 touchdowns this game, straight went crazy. I mean, shout out to Nick Chubb. Shout out to Jaylen Warren, the backup running back who's on my fantasy team, ended up scoring a touchdown. And we look at Jaylen Warren, and I'm like, bro, I think Mike Tomlin needs to start Jaylen Warren. I think he has more swag, more explosive ability than Najee Harris. We look at Najee Harris, yes, he comes from a great college, comes from Alabama, the former first-round pick. You know, all these great things that, you know, Najee Harris had, but at the same time, it's just not really transitioning into the NFL. I'm looking at Najee Harris and saying, bro, where was that ability that you did at Alabama? Same thing like Trent Richardson back in the day. You guys remember him? He was one of the best running backs out of Alabama. I think he got selected number 3 overall. Like crazy. And I'm like, dude, really? Trent Richardson, number 3 overall pick. Like, went crazy, and then he just did not pan out. He got his bag, though. Shout out to Richardson, man. Like, I did not think Trent Richardson would, you know, be that big of a bust, but he was. But he got his bag. But I'm just saying, with Jaylen Warren, bro, I think he needs to get the starting nod. I really do. I think for Mike Tomlin and company, I'm looking at Russell Wilson. I'm seeing good flashes from the old Russell Wilson, but also we saw the fumble that he had. It's just, I don't know. There's part of me where I'm just like, man, Russell Wilson ain't all that. Like, he's kind of washed up. I do think they need to handle Fields in a better situation. They got him in a couple plays. He had that big run, you know, on Thursday night. But overall, I'm just thinking, man, like, dude, I don't know what it is with Russell Wilson. I just think the hunger and the passion is completely gone with him. I think he just goes through the motions and stuff like that. But hats off to the Cleveland Browns. They're 3-8, whereas the Pittsburgh Steelers are 8-3. So, like, you know, obviously the Pittsburgh Steelers will make the playoffs this year. They're going to make a huge playoff push. But I'm just saying, like, are they going to run deep this year? I doubt it. I don't see it happening with the team they have right now, with all the key players around them, like George Pickens. He's nice. I do think they need to target George Pickens way more. Absolutely. But hats off to the Cleveland Browns getting a huge victory, huge upset at home over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then we got my Indianapolis Colts hosting the best team in the NFL right now, the Detroit Lions. And I'm looking at the Detroit Lions and realizing, bro, it's going to be a massacre. However, the Indianapolis Colts do play good teams great. They really do. They typically play bad teams bad, and they lose to bad teams, whereas the good teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Indianapolis Colts, we've had the Kansas City Chiefs number for the past, I don't know, decade or so? Like, we just always had the Kansas City Chiefs number. Could it be possible? I don't know. I mean, Detroit 7.5-point favorites. Obviously, I'm not going Colts here. What I've seen from the Detroit Lions this year has been nothing but magnificent. Just everything clicking on all cylinders. The great running back duo right now, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. The best duo right now in the NFL. So, like, how are the Colts going to stop them? And if they do, they need to stop St. Brown. They need to stop Sam Laporta. They need to put pressure on Jared Goff. So many things that you have to do to the Detroit Lions. Not to mention Dan Campbell. He plays, he coaches to win the game. That's what he does. He doesn't go for the right play or, oh, let's kick the field goal. No. Dan Campbell says, I'm going to go for it, even though it did backfire on him last year in the playoffs against San Francisco 49ers, went for it twice, was 0 for 2 on 4th downs. So, like, it can backfire, but I love Dan Campbell. He plays to win the game, and some coaches right here, they just play to make the right choice. Dan Campbell says, you know what, I'm playing to win the game here. So I'm going to go Detroit here. I'll take the 7.5. I love David Montgomery anytime touchdown. And you could also add Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown as well. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. But at the end of the day, man, the cream always rises to the top. And I think the Detroit Lions are legit this year. They're a team to be reckoned with. And I think, they're going to run right through my Indianapolis Colts. Let's just be honest here. I'd love to see an upset. I'd love to see the Colts come out and just ball out and just run right through the Detroit Lions, but that's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now, Detroit Lions put up big numbers every single week. And the only down week, I think it was like, week 4 when they played Tampa Bay, their only loss, and they only put up 16 points. So I just think the bigger picture right now, I'm going Detroit Lions. I love my Indianapolis Colts. I'm not going to bet with my heart. I'm betting with my mind here, and I'm saying Jared Goff is a better quarterback. Dan Campbell is a better coach, and they have a better defense. So, all the signs are pointing to the Detroit Lions to beat my Indianapolis Colts. That's why I'm going Detroit Lions. I'd love to see the Colts win. I think Jonathan Taylor, he's got to have a big game to make this game competitive. And obviously, Anthony Richardson cannot throw interceptions. And if they do that, they're going to get blown out. However, if the Colts play one of their best games this year, I do think it's going to come down to the wire. I really do. But I'm going Detroit Lions over Indianapolis Colts all day in this matchup. And then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Giants. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 6-point favorites. I'm going Tampa. Daniel Jones just got released from the New York Giants. They released him. They said, hey, we're not going to pay you anymore. You're trash. We already knew Daniel Jones was ass anyway. Dude, it's crazy, man. I cannot believe they paid him that big of a bag to be that ass. And it's like, bro, you must eat ass if you're really that ass. That is crazy, dude. Daniel Jones is complete garbage. I mean, it's probably good for the Giants right now. Tommy DeVito's getting the starting nod for the quarterback position for the Giants. However, I'm going Tampa. Mike Evans is back in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's 4-6 right now. They started the season hot, and I'm telling you, having Mike Evans back is huge for Baker Mayfield. I mean, that's what he needed. He needed that guy. Mike Evans, one of the greatest receivers the game has ever seen. One of the most underrated receivers. Ever since he's been in the league back in 2014, he's put up 1,000 yards every single season. So Mike Evans, having him back is huge for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm going Tampa Bay all day in this matchup. There's no way I'm going to go Giants. I'm going Tampa, the away team. I love Tampa Bay. Roll Tampa all day in this matchup. And then we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Carolina Panthers. Kansas City's 10.5-point favorites. Now, watch the Carolina Panthers put up a big game here and upset the Kansas City Chiefs. I doubt it. I'm going Kansas City right now. Even though they lost last week in Buffalo in a close game, their only loss all season. I'm looking at Kansas City. They're looking to three-peat this year. They're going into Carolina. Give me Kansas City right now. And I get it, Carolina, Bryce Young, all that good things. But, with Pacheco, it looks like he's going to be back, if not this week, next week. So I think Pacheco going back into the mix for Kansas City is huge. That's what Patrick Mahomes needs. Without Pacheco, they don't even go to the Super Bowl this year. They need Pacheco 100%. He's that guy. He's kind of like a McCaffrey-like running back when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs system. They utilize him so much in the run game and passing game. They need Pacheco back, and that's huge news. So give me Kansas City. I'll take the spread, man. It's hard to bet against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll take the 10.5. I'll probably even give you 12.5 right now. I just think Kansas City's rolling right now with Pacheco back in the lineup, man. That's huge news. So give me Kansas City all day in this matchup. And then we got the trash Dallas Cowboys going into the Washington Commanders. Washington's 10.5-point favorites. I mean, that's kind of high. It really is. But you know what? Give me them. Give me Washington right now. What I've seen from Dallas is just, it's pathetic, man. I see a bunch of quitters. That's what I see. Everybody, yes, it's easy to quit, right, in life. It's just easy to do that. And we look at the Dallas Cowboys, they're the prime examples. They're quitters. That's what they are, dude. They're all prima donnas. They look great in uniform. They do all the right things in the media, but at the end of the day, they don't win championships. Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys haven't been relevant since the 90s. That was before the iPhone dropped. Dude, that's crazy, man. That was so long ago. It's just pathetic, man. I don't even like talking about the Cowboys because they get so much recognition where they shouldn't. They should not. Oh, America's team, quote unquote. No, it's not, dude. You guys haven't been good for so freaking long. It's been embarrassing, bro. Straight up, you guys are just terrible, dude. Dak Prescott's out for the year. We already knew. Dak Prescott already knew. 2 playoff wins in his whole career in Dallas, dude. His time in Dallas is pretty much over with. I mean, I hate to break all the Dallas Cowboy fans and say, oh, Dak Prescott's not the reason why they're trash. Well, to be honest, it kind of is, dude. If we look at Dak Prescott, we look at Tony Romo, we can't really tell the difference. They're similar type of quarterbacks, and they make excuses. What? Nah, at the end of the day, Jerry Jones paid the wrong guy the wrong money. He gave Dak Prescott too much money. Should have never gave it to him, dude. You should have gave it to a rookie quarterback coming in. Should have got C.J. Stroud. Could have got Bryce Young. Could have got all these young quarterbacks that are paving the way right now. Could have got Jaden Daniels for Washington. But you know what? You stuck to it. You stuck to the script, Jerry Jones. You said, hey, we're going all in on Dak. I mean, we've seen what that happens. We've seen in the playoffs what Dak Prescott does. We've seen him, what was it, last year, run the ball out, against the San Francisco 49ers. Like 11 seconds left, and Dak Prescott says, hey, you know what? I'm going to run with no timeouts. Like, that's how smart Dak Prescott is, dude. That's your franchise quarterback. Like, put that in perspective of your Dallas Cowboy fans. That's your quarterback who ran the ball with 0 timeouts in a crucial game, down by 6. Like, you're going to run the ball, Dak. Dude, it's just silly to me, dude. It really is. The Cowboys, it's every single year, and I'm just glad they're not going to make the playoffs. I really am. Like, we don't even want to talk about the Cowboys in the playoffs. It's pretty cool to watch Dallas Cowboy fans just kind of sit at their own misery and just realize, man, we did F up. We F this whole thing up. And it started with Jerry Jones paying Dak Prescott. That's where we first effed up at. And then it just trickled down and down and down and down. And that's what it is. The Dallas Cowboys, you guys are just a bunch of F-ups. So I'm going Washington Commanders all day. I think Jaden Daniels eats this game. Anytime touchdown for Jaden Daniels would be smart. I think it's all day Washington. Even if it's going to be a close game, give me Washington. I think they're going to run right through the Dallas Cowboys. We look at the Cowboys and realize, dude, they really are. They are not them. That's what we do now. The Dallas Cowboys are not it. So give me Washington all day in this matchup. And then we got that New England Patriots going into the Miami Dolphins. And recently, in the past 5 to 6 years, the Miami Dolphins has had the New England Patriots number. They just have. When we saw that miracle, Hail Mary pass or just against Gronkowski and the Patriots, I think that was back in like 2018, 2019. But, at the end of the day, man, give me the Miami Dolphins, man. Miami, 7.5-point favorites. They got Tua back. They put up big numbers. I love the over in this matchup as well, 46.5. I think Tua eats. I think Tyreek Hill gets in a touchdown this game. I really do. I think Tyreek, this is game to eat against the Patriots. You could go A-Chain. You could even go Stevenson as well for the Patriots. But give me the Miami Dolphins at home. They are 4-6 right now. If the Miami continues to pile up wins here, we're talking about Miami could sneak into a wild card here. So, Miami's season is not over with. Even though when Tua first got hurt, everybody was writing off Miami Dolphins season is over. It's not. It's not over yet. This is week 12, and we're getting towards the end of the season, but at the same time, it's still a lot more games to be played. So, Miami Dolphins are not out of it. They are not out of it, so I love that about them. They're never going to give up, so I can't wait, man. I really can't. So, give me Tua, man, at anytime touchdown. I love that, and give me Tyreek Hill over the trash New England Patriots. And then we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Texans are 8-point favorites. Look, give me Texans right now. Give me the Texans. I'll take that all day in this matchup. I'll take the Texans at what? 8 points? Oh, I will. I'll even give you 9 points. I think Houston Texans, with Nico Collins back and company, I think they roll over the Tennessee Titans. We look at the Tennessee Titans and realize they are trash. They are. They're complete garbage. That's just who they are. They don't have a good quarterback. So give me C.J. Stroud and the young Houston Texans right now, who are kind of banged up, but Nico Collins back. All right, look, give me the Houston Texans all day in this matchup. And then we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. The Minnesota Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and go with the upset here. I'm going to go Chicago Bears anytime upset, dude. I just feel it right now. With the way Chicago Bears season's been, such a roller coaster ride. And we look at the Minnesota Vikings, they are 8-2. They have a great team, but at the end of the day, the Minnesota Vikings will get in the playoffs this year, and they will lose their first game. But let's just admit it right now, the Minnesota Vikings will fumble the bag, and they will lose their first game. That's just how it's going to go. That's just how it's going to go. So give me Caleb Williams, man. Give me DJ Moore anytime touchdown in a close one. I think the Chicago Bears win by a game-winning field goal over the Minnesota Vikings in this rivalry type of game. I can't wait. It's in Chicago. I love it, man. Give me the Bears with the upset. 39.5 is the over-under. Man, that's tricky. Let me go with the over. I think both teams could put up 20-plus points this game. I think it's going to be a nail-biter, and I think Chicago Bears win by a game-winning field goal over the Minnesota overhyped Vikings. But I do like Justin Jefferson over on yards, the best receiver in the league. And then we got the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Look, Denver Broncos right now, they're 6-point favorites. This game's a little tricky, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to overthink it. Sean Payton is a heck of a coach. Give me Denver. Better coach, better quarterback. Bo Nix is playing nice, even though he spent like 10 years in college. Bo Nix this year, 14 touchdowns, 6 picks. I mean, he's been balling out, man. He really has. Sutton's got 3 touchdowns. You know, Minshew's got 8 touchdowns, 9 picks for the Raiders. Man, give me the Denver Broncos. They have the legit defense, top 3 defenses in the league. Give me Bo Nix, Sean Payton, man. The Denver Broncos will run right through the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'll take them at 6 points. And then we got the San Francisco 49ers going into Green Bay. This is going to be a classic 4 o'clock slate game. You know, this game's had a lot of history dating back to Aaron Rodgers versus Colin Kaepernick days in the playoffs back in like 2012, 2013 days. We remember those type of games. This is going to be a very similar type of game. I think it's going to be a sweaty game. Green Bay's favorite by 5 points. You know what? With George Kittle coming back, give me the San Francisco 49ers. They're 5-5 right now. They've had such an up and down season. McCaffrey's been hurt. He's finally back. A couple weeks back in. Deebo Samuel understands his frustrations with a long snapper. But at the end of the day, the cream will rise to the top. And I think the 49ers will bounce back through all the adversity they've been through this year. Through their receiver Purcell getting shot in the chest. All the adversity that surrounds the San Francisco 49ers, it's going to come to fruition this game, and they're going to rise above it. I think they're going to rise above adversity, and they're going to run right through the Green Bay Packers. I think they are. I think McCaffrey's going to eat. I think Deebo Samuel's going to eat. I think George Kittle has a big game. I think this is the game where the San Francisco 49ers make a statement win here in Green Bay, and I get it. Jordan Love's had a great season this year, over 2,000 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 11 picks. Josh Jacobs, 4 touchdowns. But I'm saying right now, Brock Purdy, if he plays his A game, which Brock Purdy's been playing average at best, I think if he plays above that, man, the sky's the limit for the 49ers. We can see the 49ers right back in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's what we're talking about here. They just need to flip the script right now. They're 5-5. So much adversity for the 49ers. Turn it around right now. And I think it's the McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel are the X factors offensively for the 49ers. Then obviously Fred Warner, you know, that defense, they need to get back to it. You know, they had Geno Smith have the game-winning rushing touchdown on them last week. So, like, hey, flip the script here. And this is the game to do it. Such a rivalry type of game. You know, give me the San Francisco 49ers, man, all day in this matchup. You know, 44.5 is the over-under. I'll probably go with the over. I think if the over's going to hit, I think Brock Purdy's going to have a game. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Christian McCaffrey will score his first touchdown of 2024 this year, of this season. So mark my words, McCaffrey, anytime touchdown's going to hit. They're going into Green Bay. Give me San Francisco all day in this matchup. And then we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. Arizona's 1-point favorites. This is a coin flip type of game. What I saw last week, what Seattle did with Geno Smith and company, give me Seattle right now. However, with Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., man, this game's going to be so sweaty. It's literally a 50-50 type of game to me. It really is. Cardinals are what? Favored by 1 point. You know, give me Arizona right now. I might change my bet come game time, but right now, give me Arizona. Give me Kyler Murray, the better quarterback. Kyler Murray is the better quarterback than Geno Smith. What he's proved to me this year is Kyler Murray's best season yet. 12 touchdowns, only 3 picks, over 2,000 yards passing, man. Give me Kyler Murray. I think Murray's going to eat. I think James Conner in that run game's got to get going. If the Arizona Cardinals do not run the ball in Seattle, Seattle will win this game. So it comes down to the trenches. The offensive line, which one's going to block better? Is it going to be Seattle or is it going to be Arizona? That's what it's going to come down to. So give me Kyler Murray, Arizona in a very, very sweaty, close game. So I like Arizona in this matchup, man. The over-under is so crazy to me. 47.5. Give me the under. Barely. I think it's barely going to hit, but give me the under. Give me Arizona with really not an upset, but such a 50-50 type of game. It can go either way, but give me Arizona right now. I'm leaning more towards them. And then we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the LA Rams on Sunday night. Philadelphia is a 3-point favorite. Look, this game's going to get sweaty, too. The Rams are 5-5. We've shown great signs of the Rams with Matthew Stafford, 13 touchdowns this year, 7 picks. Kyron Williams got 8 tutties. Cooper Kupp's got 4. You got Puka Nacua. There's so many options for the Rams. I think, you know, obviously the over in this game, I do like the over. 48.5, even though it seems kind of high. Give me the over, man. I think it's going to be a throwing fest. I think Saquon Barkley's going to eat. I think Jalen Hurts is going to eat. I think both teams are going to eat. But ultimately, give me the Philadelphia Eagles. Even though I do see weakness in Philadelphia still, but give me the Philadelphia Eagles. Even though this game could go either way, I wouldn't even be upset if the Rams do end up winning this game, but it's so close to me, dude. I just think right now, what I've seen from Saquon Barkley, the run game for Philadelphia, that's the difference maker right there. That's why I'm going Philly right now. A little bit better defense as well, better secondary than the Rams. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles in a very, very close one. But this game's going to be nice, man. Sunday Night Football, it's going to be a great game. But I like Philadelphia Eagles, and I like Saquon to eat this game. And I can't wait, man. And like I said, 48.5 is the over-under. Give me the over in this matchup. And then we got the Monday Night Football game, the Baltimore Ravens versus the LA Chargers. Baltimore's 3-point favorites in this matchup. This is a close game, but give me Baltimore. Give me Baltimore. I think Lamar eats this game. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a heyday. I think he's going to run all over the Chargers defense. I really do, even though Harbaugh typically has a great run type of stop defense. So it could go either way, but give me Lamar. Give me the better quarterback, even though Justin Herbert's had a great season this year. 13 touchdowns, only 1 pick, over 2,100 yards passing, whereas Lamar has 25 touchdowns, only 3 picks, over 2,800 yards passing. So Lamar's a better quarterback, probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He will win MVP, another MVP for Lamar. So give me Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens, a little bit better defense, but this game's going to be super sweaty. It really is. 50.5 is the over-under. Man, that seems like the over is crazy to hit. So give me the slight under right now, even though I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game in LA right now. I just think, give me the Ravens, man. Give me Lamar Jackson. That's why I'm betting on the better quarterback and honestly, the better coach. You know, both brothers, Harbaugh, Jim and John, they met each other back in 2013 in the Super Bowl where Jim ended up losing to his brother, John. John's an older brother. He's a year older than him. So ironic, right? Where two brothers meet yet again on Monday Night Football. It's going to be ironic, man. It's going to be awesome. Two brothers battling each other out. But, you know, give me Jim, man. Give me John. Give me John. I'll take John all day. He's got one up on his younger brother. So give me the Ravens in a very sweaty, close game. Lamar Jackson, anytime touchdown, or Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown. That is a huge, huge game, man. So, you know, give me the Ravens in a super sweaty game, man. I cannot wait. But my upset all weekend is definitely the Bears over the Vikings. That is a huge upset. And I don't see my Colts upsetting the Detroit Lions. I just don't. Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFL right now. They're 9-1. Dan Campbell plays to win, or coaches to win. And I'm telling you right now, Detroit Lions, it's looking like it's going to be Detroit versus Kansas City in the Super Bowl. But you never know. A lot could change since then. A lot more games to be played, man. But it's freaking the NFL. It's the Cloud with Cab show. Let's go!